Youngest convicts' reactions to life sentences. Get in here, chat.
Firm pattern that goes from underneath that child towards the door of the bedroom.
Teenagers are usually assumed innocent, and their misgivings are dubbed as lack of impulse control or juvenile behavior. However, those are for misdemeanors and other juvenile delinquencies. When a teenager advances to murdering people in cold blood or planning and executing robberies while murdering the victims, it can no longer be chalked up to childish behavior, and full punishment should be considered. These are not hypothetical scenarios. Many teenagers have committed heinous crimes that will shock adults. Fortunately, the law caught up with—
Yo, do y'all think they should give teenagers life sentences or nah? Do y'all think they should give teenagers life sentences? Because I heard Trump say something about they should give 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds the max sentence like they should give adults. I just want to see y'all thoughts on it, but let's get back to the video.
most of them, and this is how they reacted when they were sentenced to life imprisonment.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Day three after murdering somebody.
Whoa! Don't put that on the camera.
Sierra Hall.
What is you talking about? Did he just incriminate himself on camera?
Halseth and Aaron Guerrero. In a mock teenage version of Bonnie and Clyde, Halseth and Guerrero, who were 14 and 18 respectively, conspired to murder Daniel Halseth, the 45-year-old father of the girl. The couple slashed and stabbed Halseth 70 times, burnt his corpse, and attempted to burn his house before taking his debit card and car and running to Salt Lake City, Utah. The desecrated corpse of Halseth was discovered in his garage in Las Vegas in April 2021. The teenage couple was arrested a few days later in Salt Lake City, Utah, following investigations. The couple had dated briefly for around 2 years starting in 2020 and planned to elope to Los Angeles together. However, their parents intervened and stopped them from seeing each other.
I can't lie, bro. This is one of my worst fears. Like my daughter getting old enough to start dating, and then she choose a crazy motherfucker to start dating, and they start doing crazy shit together. Like, this is like some movie shit, bro. Like, comment below if y'all ever seen anything like this in real life.
The two defendants were charged with murder with a deadly weapon, arson, conspiracy to commit murder, 4 counts of fraudulent use of a debit or credit card, conspiracy to commit robbery, and robbery with a deadly weapon. Guerrero was 18 when he murdered Daniel Halseth, so to avoid the death penalty, the partners in crime agreed to a plea deal. They were sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 22 years by District Judge Tierra Jones. He also ordered them to pay $5,000 in restitution. During the trial, Halseth claimed that her father traumatized and abused her. Her mother, who lost the custody battle when she and the late Halseth divorced, stated in court that she believed her daughter. However, Daniel Halseth's family disagreed with her claims and pointed to video investigators discovered where the couple was laughing and discussing the murder they committed. When Guerrero heard his sentence, he cried, but Halseth was unmoved.
I'm telling you, bro, when the judge hits you with that sentence, all that tough shit go out the window. You see how they just got done, you know what I'm saying? K-wording somebody. I don't want to say the full word because I don't want to get demonetized. They just got done K-wording somebody. Now he can't take it. Now the pot getting a little too hot. Okay? Now you under pressure. Now you don't know what to fucking do with yourself, bro. This is why you shouldn't do no crazy shit like this, bro. Especially to nobody's parents, bro.
He appeared bored with the whole trial process. Philip Chisholm. Teachers are respected everywhere and given flowers for the difficult task of molding impressionable young adults. People generally regard teaching as noble, but Chisholm begs to differ. The 14-year-old 9th grader of Danvers High School, Massachusetts, brutalized and murdered Colleen Ritzer, his 24-year-old math teacher. Like most teachers, Ritzer always goes out of her way to help students with math problems, and on this occasion, she has asked Chisholm to stay behind.
No.
Unknown to her, she is setting a date with her death. Chisholm had planned for this day and waited patiently.
Shit like this is so creepy. Once you once you see people's last moments is the most disturbing shit, bro. I don't care how old you are. Once you see people's last moments on camera is the most make me want to throw up a little.
At the end of school, he tracked Ritzer to the school toilet, robbed her, sexually assaulted her, and killed her. He then pushed her body into a garbage can and moved it to the woods behind the school. Satisfied with his work, and as if to appreciate himself, Chisholm went to town with Ritzer's credit card and bought a movie ticket. Fortunately, he was apprehended by the police the following day. Surprisingly, he still has the blood of his math teacher under his fingers. The teenage murderer was concerned enough to wear a mask and gloves while committing his unthinkable crime. He even came to school with a change of clothes, but he didn't think to wash off his victim's blood. Further investigation and footage from the school's CCTV camera showed that Chisholm stabbed his math teacher 16 times before making away with her credit card, iPhone, and underwear. The footage also showed him in different outfits, which indicated that he planned the crime long beforehand. Chisholm was charged with murder, robbery, and aggravated rape and was tried as an adult. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison. During the court proceedings, Chisholm showed no emotion. Not even a flicker of remorse could be detected on his person.
We were gonna try to scare her to get money and then use force if needed.
Antonio Barbo and Nathan Pape. Barbara Olson, the 78-year-old great-grandmother of Wisconsin teenager Antonio Barbo, has been murdered, according to a report from the police. The 14-year-old great-grandson Barbo broke into Olson's house, robbed her, and then used a hatchet he had purchased earlier to kill her. However, he wasn't alone. His friend Nathan Pape, who was also 14 years old, conspired with him, and together, they robbed and killed.
Okay, his friend and him conspired the whole shit, okay? His friend and him conspired the whole shit.
Nathan Pape, who was also 14 years old, conspired with him, and together, they robbed and killed Olson in her Sheboygan Falls house. While Barbo wielded a hatchet, Pape went with a hammer. A medical examiner reported that the late great-grandmother sustained about 18 blows to her head.
Yo!
Barbo testified that they both attacked Olson and struck her multiple times. He recounted,
Bro, do you know how sick of a human being you gotta be to murder somebody's grandmother? Get along your own? Like, that shit is wild, bro.
how he wanted to dispose of the corpse in a car trunk but could not, which made him cover it up with a blanket in the garage. The boys ransacked the house after the death of Olson, stole some money, and used it to purchase pizza and marijuana.
No, I don't show my emotions much. And I myself am not
So
sure
after
why.
you decide after you decide to unalive somebody, you think it's okay to order pizza. You think that's the okay thing to do? Is order pizza, bruh. I can't make this shit up, chat. What the fuck is wrong with people, bruh?
Barbo and Pape were charged with first-degree
How do you
intentional
even
murder
enjoy the
and
pizza
were
after
sentenced
that?
to life imprisonment. While Barbo will be eligible for parole when he turns 50, his partner Pape will not be qualified until he is 45. While reading his apology to the court, Barbo broke down crying, and his lawyer had to finish it for him. Pape, on his part, apologized for his actions and said he regretted the events of that day. Conrad Schaefer. 15-year-old Schaefer thought it would be fun to kill some people, so he went on a shooting spree that lasted 2 weeks. By the time
How do you think that shit is fun? This is real life. This is not Call of Duty. What the raise y'all kids right, bro. What is wrong with y'all? This is really y'all fault, okay? This is partially the kids' fault, but 100% y'all parents' fault, bro. Somewhere down the line, y'all went wrong, bro.
he was done, David Guerrero, a 17-year-old boy who was going to work early in the morning, was dead. At 15, Schaefer is too young to own a firearm legally, but his dad reports that he pressured him to get the gun as a gift. The shooting spree began a few days after the dad bought the firearm for him. Schaefer, in collaboration with his friends Juan Sebastian Muriel, Victoria Rios, and David Damas, who were 20, 17, and 20 respectively, terrorized the neighborhood, shooting at cars and houses before advancing to shooting human targets. David Guerrero was not the only victim of their shooting. The gang also invaded Rupnarin's house, shot young Eric Rupnarin, and made away with valuables. Earlier, 22-year-old Rupnarin contacted Rios for a good time and pledged $300 for her time. They both agreed on a time when he opened his door to welcome her. Rios and her gang dashed in, shot him, slit his throat, and took his Xbox and TV. The casing of the bullet used to murder Guerrero was found near the scene of the incident and was used to trace the murder weapon. The trace led them to Schaefer and his gang, and they were arrested and charged with first-degree murder, grand theft, and home invasion. Schaefer pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder, and his other charges were dropped. He was sentenced to life imprisonment, and during the trial, he repeatedly apologized to his victims' families.
The court knows the defendant was convicted of 2 separate theories, extreme atrocity and cruelty, which carries with it a life sentence with a parole eligibility date of 30 years. That's not discretionary.
Matthew Borges. When 16-year-old Lee Manuel Viloria Paulino left his grandmother's house on the evening of November 2016, little did his relatives know that it would be the last time they would see him alive. What started as a woman walking her dog ended up being a discovery of the headless body of Viloria Paulino. When the police arrived at the Merrimack River at McCabe Court, they found Viloria Paulino's head almost 30 feet away from the rest of his body.
That's crazy.
His hands were also missing, and all efforts to find them proved futile. Following investigations, Matthew Borges' home was searched by the police, and he was arrested soon after. 16-year-old Borges and Viloria Paulino are both Lawrence High School students. It was reported that Borges was jealous that his girlfriend and Viloria Paulino spent some time together. A medical examiner told the court that Viloria Paulino was stabbed more than 7 times before he died, and even then, he was stabbed multiple times before he was beheaded. The victim's mother pushed for a life sentence. She told the judge in her victim impact statement that Viloria Paulino was the soul of their family.
On November 18, 2016, our world was irreversibly changed when Manuel was taken from us. He was just 16 years old when he was murdered. And every day we struggle with the fact that his life was cut too short.
Bro, see, that's the worst part for me is like watching somebody parent cry. Watching somebody parents cry is the worst shit for me, bro. I swear to God, bro. I can't take it, bro. I can't. When something happen to kids and like you see like the parents like they real emotion. They real emotion. It's like I don't know. I'm big on energy, so whatever they feel, I feel too. So
this was charged with first-degree murder with premeditation and extreme cruelty. He was sentenced to life imprisonment and will be eligible for parole after 30 years.
On indictment number 2017-115, the jury having returned a verdict of guilty on the charge of murder in the first degree on the theories of deliberate premeditation and extreme atrocity and cruelty.
His face was straight and devoid of any emotions. What do you think of these convicts? Do you agree with the sentence?
Oh my God, bro. Chat, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button, bro. Smash that like button. I will see y'all motherfuckers tomorrow.